Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I am your host, Jay the Great. Today I've been called into action to take a stand for the monk. To all those who don't know, the monk is considered one of the worst classes in D&D 5th edition, and as we all know, it's pretty accurate. But it will not stop me from using my years of study and training to create the deadliest monk. So, our goals for today is that we must create 20 levels of monk and deal effective damage through all those levels. We will not be using Fury Blows at all, along with feats or magic items. And lastly, this build will also be Adventures League legal. So, as a baseline of damage, we will be using the iconic Warlock, spamming Eldritch Blast, Hex, along with Agonizing Blast. Also, we'll be assuming a 60% chance to hit. Now, this is some pretty good damage. Now, how the monk compares with just their fists. As you can see, the monk sucks at damage once reaching level 11 and is below the baseline at most levels. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your guide to the Swordmaster. So for your race, anything that gives you a bonus to dexterity and wisdom will do. We will be using the Wood Elf for some of that sweet movement speed. As for our stats, we will be using Point Buy, giving us an 8 in Strength, a 14 in Dexterity, a 14 in Constitution, 10 in Intelligence because we don't make dumb characters, a 15 in Wisdom, and 8 in Charisma. So, the most important part of any character is the backstory. Now, a quick disclaimer, you can have whatever backstory for your Swordmaster. This is the one that I've created. Our young Swordmaster's first memories were from the temple he was raised in. The Swordmaster trained from a young age in the skills of martial arts. He was raised by other monks secluded away from the rest of society. This temple is said to have been founded at the beginning of time, and its master is still alive within the temple. The Swordmaster was taught that the outside world was full of despair and anguish, and that life in the temple was the true way of tranquility. The Swordmaster never understood why meditation and practicing martial arts could bring tranquility, till one day when bandits attacked the temple. The other monks wished to end this disturbance peacefully, but the Swordmaster had other ideas. He killed the bandits with his bare hands, now understanding why he was taught martial arts, to bring an end to the evils in this world. The Swordmaster was reprimanded for killing the bandits and was banished from the temple. But before leaving, the Swordmaster stole an ancient tome on the art of the sword. This book is his prized possession, and he uses it to keep his skills sharp. After leaving the temple, the Swordmaster sets out on a quest to find tranquility through ridding the world of his perceived evil. The rest is your story. For our background, we will be taking Acolyte, and for languages, we will take Celestial and Sylvan. So, for level 1, I chose the skills Acrobatics and Stealth, because why not? Also take the Spear or the Quarterstaff as starting equipment, along with your choice of pack. And at level 1, we will be making 2 attacks, one with our Spear and the other one with our Fist, dealing an average damage per round of 7.8. Now, at level 2, we do get our key points. Now, these are absolutely useless at this level. The big thing to keep in mind is that with Fury Blows, you can use 1 key point to get another attack as a bonus action. Do not use. So, for level 3, the subclass we will be choosing for the monk is the Way of the Kensai. Now, I will be grabbing the longsword as our main Kensai weapon. Any other weapon with versatile property will also do. And this allows us to deal a d10 of weapon damage for us. The other ability that we get is Agile Parry. I wouldn't recommend using this, as it will significantly lessen your damage at later levels. Now, we do an average of 8.4 damage per round, and this is still great damage for this level. So, for level 4, we will be taking a +2 to our Dexterity, bringing it to an 18. This will also increase our average damage to 9.6 per round. So for level 5, this is a big level for us. We get the extra attack feature, which is very useful. And Stunning Strike is another use of our key that we won't use too often, as it only works a third of the time and will easily burn through our key. Also, our Unarmed Strike goes up to 1d6, bringing our damage up to 15.9, which is right on baseline. At level 6, both our weapons and our fists now count as magical weapons, which is always useful, but most importantly, we get our first real use of Ki. Death Strike allows us to deal extra damage with our Kensei weapons, so we'll use this feature whenever we score a critical hit to deal an extra 2d6. Crits don't come too often, so we'll still be conserving our Ki. Although I'm too lazy to do the math for critical hits. At level 7, we get both Evasion and Stillness of Mind, which are both decent defensive abilities. Level 8, we will increase our Dexterity by 2, getting us to 20, and our average damage per round will increase to 17.7. Level 9, we can run on water and walls. At level 10, we gain immunity to disease, pretty meh. Immunity to poison, that's alright. Level 11 is the tricky level. How do we keep up with the baseline when they now make the same number of attacks as us with an action? The simple answer is we hit more. With the Kensei's monk feature called Sharpen the Blade, allows us to gain a +3 weapon by using 3 of our ki points for 1 minute. This will be the main use of our ki points. Sharpen the Blade will do 2 things for us. The first thing is do an extra 6 points of damage. And the second thing is that we'll increase our chance to hit for our first 2 attacks by 15%. Also, our unarmed strikes go up to a d8. This will keep us with the baseline with an average damage of 25.95. At level 12, we will gain a +2 to our wisdom, bringing it up to an 18, increasing our wisdom saving throws and AC. At level 13, we can understand all languages, the ability of a first level spell. At level 14, we gain proficiency in all saving throws, which is actually a really good ability. At level 15, we become a monk zombie, so we don't require food or water to survive, and we also stop aging. At level 16, we'll get another +2 to our wisdom, bringing it up to our 20, and also increasing our saving throws and AC once again. So, level 17, now the baseline has more attacks than us. So how do we keep up with the baseline with this problem? Solution, we hit even more. The Kensei Monk gives us the Unerring Accuracy feature. If you miss, you can reroll that attack, but you can only use this once per turn. Simply, when doing the math, you take your chance to miss, then times that by your chance to hit, giving you your chance to hit if you miss. Times that by your average damage. Also, our unarmed strike becomes 1d10, and they'll keep us right with the baseline with an average damage of 34.1325, still 1 point above the baseline. At level 18, we can cast the second level spell Invisibility. At level 19, we'll take a +2 to our intelligence for some extra smart boy powers. Level 20, when we start combat with no ki points, it gives us 4 more ki points, which means 1 more use of Sharpen the Blade. So, in conclusion, one of the perceived worst classes in the game is able to have steady damage throughout all levels and keep above the baseline. Ladies and gentlemen, this was your guide to the Swordmaster, Jay signing out.